Hi guys! I love Indian food, and a few years ago I visited Bradford in England and I tried this amazing chickpea curry that was vegan, of course, and I thought I wanted to make a curry that was kind of similar, and I came up with this recipe that I now want to share with you. So here's the ingredients that you need. I have minced ginger paste, minced garlic, chili powder, garam masala, cumin, cardamom, lime. I'm actually not going to use the whole lime, but I'm going to use half of it. Red onion, coconut milk, and I'm going to have 3 small tomatoes. These are quite small, or you can have 2 large ones. And of course, the star of the show, the chickpeas. So the first thing I do is actually make a paste, a curry paste. I start with adding a teaspoon of minced ginger and minced garlic. And then I'm going to squeeze the juice of this half a lime into the minced garlic and ginger. And now I'm going to add the dry spices. Half a teaspoon of garam masala goes into the mix. And half a teaspoon of the chili powder, the same. Half a teaspoon of cumin. And I'm also going to add half a teaspoon of cardamom. It's kind of slow. Oh, it's stuck. There we go. Also into the mix. And now I'm going to mix this into a paste. So here's the curry paste. Your homemade curry paste, which is really so much better than the shop bought. I'm now going to chop this onion. I really like red onion. It's one of my favorites. And especially for Indian food, I prefer red onion to the yellow ones. So I'm going just to chop these into pieces. So there they are, all cut into pieces. Now I'm going to cut these tomatoes into pieces as well. I normally don't have these small ones, but they were on offer in the shop. So one of the things I noticed when I went vegan is that my food budget actually went down. I use a lot less money now on food than I did before I was a vegan. Before I was a vegan, I was a vegetarian. And before that, I was a pescatarian, so I haven't eaten like red meat in over 20 years. And actually going vegan a little while ago was the natural step for me. And the more I learn about veganism, the more sense it makes. I don't think I could ever go back to being vegetarian again, as in eating eggs and dairy. It's just wrong for me. I couldn't live with that, I think, because it's all ethical. So here they are, all chopped up, and I have drained the chickpeas as well. So we will need to heat some oil in a pan, a couple of tablespoons of oil, some neutral tasting vegetable oil. You can use rapeseed oil or sunflower oil, something that doesn't really taste anything. Coconut oil could be good as well, because we will add coconut milk later, but I wouldn't use like olive oil. That would not give the dish the right taste. You can see if the oil is hot enough by putting your wooden spoon into the oil, and you see the little bubbles. That means the oil is ready. So I'm adding the onions, and these are going to fry until they're soft. So the onions have been simmering in the oil for a while now, and it's all soft. So I will now add the curry paste that I made earlier. So I'm actually letting this simmer for a while and sauteing. So all the curry paste has gone into the pan, and I'm going to give it a good stir and mix it with the onions, and I can already smell the really nice smell of the spices. And now I will add the tomatoes. And now, of course, I've stirred in the tomatoes, and I want this to kind of simmer until the tomatoes has gone all soft. This really smells so nice. So I've not let this simmer for a while. It's all on medium heat, of course. If you have it on too high heat, it will burn. We don't want that. So what I'm going to do now is actually add the chickpeas. So I'm just pouring them right in and give it a stir. Good stir. The chickpeas are now all stirred into the sauce. So the next step for me now is adding the coconut milk. So I will have to try to add this kind of easily, like this, carefully. And I'm stirring the coconut milk well into the rest of the mix in the pan. Since the coconut milk was a lot colder than the other ingredients when I added it, I will now have to bring the whole thing up to a boil. So it's now boiling, so I'll give it another stir. And I will then turn the heat on to a lower heat, and on the low heat I will let it simmer for a while so that the coconut milk can reduce. Remember to give the curry a stir every now and then so it doesn't burn. So the coconut milk is now all reduced and it looks really nice and creamy. So the last thing I will do to this curry is to add a little bit of seasoning. I will add some salt and pepper to, and you do that to your taste. I'm not big on salt, so I don't normally add a lot of salt. So this is the salt. And I have some ground white pepper. Half a teaspoon should be enough. And now I will stir the curry again. So here's my curry all plated up and ready to be served. And I'm really looking forward to eat this delicious food. I'm going to taste this now. This, guys, this is proper comfort food in my opinion.